Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us live at 6. I'm Latoya Silman. Clark County School District Police arresting a local teacher accused of child abuse. 52-year-old Tersa Bauman is a teacher at Doris Hancock Elementary School, and she's been with the district since February of 2004. Now, according to police, the arrest stemmed from an investigation that started at the school this week. It's unclear what led up to the arrest. We reached out to police for more details, and of course, we'll update you as soon as we learn more. Meanwhile, Crisis in the Classroom investigative reporter Tiffany Lane has been looking into the challenges that are associated with special education in our area. She's live now from the CCSD Administrative Center near Sahara and Decatur with those details.
Latoya, these are issues we've been talking about for years, whether it's staffing, teacher supports, or class sizes. Now tonight we look at what those challenges look like and what's currently being done to address them. The start of the school year in August showed fewer classroom vacancies in CCSD, but when it came to special education openings, the needs were still significant. Of the 320 classroom openings, 163 were in special education. And at the time, Superintendent Jhone Ebert said the district is actively working to fill these important positions.
We're working with UNLV and others to continue to attract and build out those folks to get into our classrooms, especially special education.
She said lawmakers have been helpful in addressing these needs, referencing a bill passed in June up in Carson City. It gives special education teachers an additional $5,000 on their base pay.
The legislature was wonderful in the fact that they are providing $45 million each year over the next 2 years to help compensate for those hard to fill positions, special education, mathematics, science. So tackling it from many different angles.
According to the Nevada report card, about 14% of CCSD students have an individual education program or IEP. These students receive additional resources that are legally required. IEPs can require help with things like speech therapy, autism, and behavioral disabilities. Teachers have shared concerns over staffing. In our anonymous back-to-school survey, one early education teacher said these classrooms need more resources and, quote, "In ECI, we often get kids with autism, severe behaviors, and significant delays, which makes it difficult to meet the needs of all students. We are expected to teach to standards, follow curriculum, modify lessons for all students, teach social skills, and basic school behavior," end quote. One ongoing class action lawsuit filed against CCSD and the Nevada Department of Education in September of last year alleges that CCSD left students without the services required under federal law and failed students with special needs and disabilities.
Teachers are not getting trained in behavioral support. They are being placed in special education classes without the appropriate certifications or licenses. Students with dyslexia are not getting the appropriate approaches so they can learn to read early enough.
Number one, they simply have insufficient staff. Number two, a number of people that are there, that staff that exist, aren't well qualified, aren't specially trained to deal with these special situations. And three, there seems to be a glaring lack of accountability.
In regards to that lawsuit, both CCSD and the Nevada Department of Education say they don't comment on pending litigation. Now, when it comes to filling some of those special education roles, you heard the superintendent there say that recent legislation in June is really going towards helping fill some of those positions. Well, the Clark County Education Association, that's a union bargaining for teachers in CCSD, says that similar funding that was passed in the 2023 legislative session has proved to also work in filling those positions.
Well, Tiffany, did the union share any stats to show the number of vacancies that we're facing right now?
Yes, Latoya, the union said that in the 2023-2024 school year, they had about 300 special education classroom openings. Well, they say by last year, that number was reduced by 84%. So we really have to see if that additional money that was passed in last June, or June of this year, excuse me, if that will have the same effect, because we know these are really important positions here in our school district. Latoya?
Yeah, super important, and taking a lot of patience to help these type of students who desperately need their education. Thank you so much. Well, the lawsuit Tiffany mentioned isn't the first when it comes to special education and CCSD. Back in 2021, a judge ruled CCSD had to pay the Rogich family nearly $500,000 after not meeting the needs of a girl with dyslexia and other learning challenges. And then last year, a federal judge approved an approximately $10 million settlement between the Clark County School District and the family of a student on the autism spectrum who was struck by a teacher. That student is a child of an employee here at News 3. The case began in 2018 when the War family alleged that a substitute teacher repeatedly hit their son with a stick, who was 5 years old at the time. We'd like to hear from you about any issues that you believe are impacting our schools. In fact, you can weigh in whether you're a student, parent, employee, or just someone who's concerned in our area. Scan the QR code that's on your screen right now, call 702-805-0489, or send them to schooltips@news3lv.com.